Scorpio, doors are opening for your career and public life, so get ready to step into the spotlight and finally be recognized for what you do. So exciting. Let's take a look at the horoscope for Jupiter in Leo in the year ahead. This video, it's a forecast for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. You can check out all 3 videos and they are going to tell you how the stars are going to affect your life this week. I'm Kesenya and welcome to the Astro News and Weather Report for the last week of June 2026. Don't forget, this is tropical Vedic astrology, not sidereal. Look it up if you need to know the difference. And yes, I am a real person, not AI. This week we're looking at the last hurrah of Jupiter in his exaltation sign Cancer for another 12 years. Now he has been doing the important work in Cancer since June 9th, 2025, and it all finishes up for us on the 30th of June 2026. Now, he will be at the 29th degree, the anaretic degree of Cancer for this week ahead until the 30th of June. And when a planet is at the anaretic degree, he gets his knickers in a knot, all in a panic about finishing his work in this particular realm of the chart. So let's find out what Jupiter has been working on and what he's now anxious to finish up and bestow upon us all before we take a dive into Jupiter in his new sign, Leo. So Jupiter in Cancer has acted on many levels. Let's take a look at some. Cancer, firstly, is all about our emotional foundation. Whether we know it or not, events have unfolded over the last year of Jupiter's transit here that will ultimately serve to bring us great good and fortune in these realms in the future. This is especially true if we have happened to behave in Jupiterian ways at this time. What does that mean? It means being generous, using your abundance to bless others, and to also tap into your emotional intelligence. These have been the keys that could have unlocked many answers to your problems over the last year. Now, I can just see the comment section full of people saying this isn't true for them. Life is as hard as it ever was, etc., etc. But I want you to know, friends, Jupiter is a future-directed planet. His work in any realm of the chart is designed to bring growth and expansion in the future, not necessarily always in the moment that he is in that sign. So he has been building and preparing and structuring things for blessing in your 5th house at some stage down the track, provided, as I've said, that you've worked with his great themes of generosity, compassion, and benevolence. Some of the things Jupiter has called us to focus on during his sojourn in Cancer include giving emotional comfort and support to others, cultivating your 6th sense and your inner knowing, very psychic house, or psychic sign, I should say, the energy of Cancer, developing your beliefs in a higher power, and setting things up in your life to attract greater luck and rich life experiences in the future, as I've just said. Now, family connections, tribal bonding, intimate communities, these are all ruled by the sign of Cancer, generally speaking, in a chart. Jupiter has wanted to bring expansion to these areas of life over the past year. Now, in a non-literal sense, many people may have found their tribe now, the people who feel like coming home for them. Now, for some people, this transit has brought family members home again, literally. It's certainly been true in my life and my husband's life. Or it might have looked like some people have seen their family expand through other changes. You know, parents have moved in due to needing assistance with daily living, or your family has grown through the arrival of new babies, or new members of the family have arrived due to someone getting married. That is an expansion of the family dynamic. The whole concept of what a family actually is for you might have changed over the last year, in some cases leading to bigger communities where more people feel welcome. Let's hope that that is the case. Jupiter not only likes to expand, it likes to learn. And in Cancer, we may have learned more about our genealogy, our family traditions, our heritage, our roots, our lineage, or the people in our family in some profound new way. Real estate and land are also the domain of Cancer as well. Many people have developed a greater appreciation of real estate, owning a home, expanding their home, or upsizing their place of living in some way as well. For some people, it has been an excellent time to invest in real estate or home improvement projects. Cancer is associated also with comfort, being comfortable and playing it safe. It likes security, but it's also a cardinal sign, and that means it prefers to take action rather than resting on its laurels. So rather than sitting around hoping for security, this transit has been all about making security happen. With Cancer representing things from the past, this has looked like mending things, restoring things, improving things that weren't working around your home, getting thrifty, and even creating that rainy day bank account for the future by selling off old items that were no longer useful to you. This has also been the most fabulous year to establish gardens, pretty gardens, or growing your own food, all are Cancer energy. So get stuck into that healthy that veggie patch in this last week of opportunity for Jupiter to expand you in that way. In Cancer, negative manifestations with Jupiter here might have looked like too much comfort eating, smothering those people who are nearest and dearest to us, being too clingy, staying at home instead of stepping out when it's required, and maybe being a bit manipulative. After all, Cancer is trying to get what it wants by going things in a sideline manner. Just think of the little crab that always moves from side to side rather than straight forward. Hopefully we've kept perspective and risen above the smallness, the clinginess, or the little inconveniences of life that this transit may have brought. Now, what's really interesting are the Jupiterian aspects between it and Saturn that have been given and received. So I would just suggest, my friends, that we should all be getting ready for some serious personal relief when Jupiter moves into the fire sign of Leo on the 30th of June, because he's going to start trining Saturn again, fire sign to fire sign, Saturn in Aries. And this is going to make a huge amount of difference to the peace in your soul. Although, do be prepared for the initial craziness of the Mars-Uranus conjunction square the node skip step that's coming from Gemini these next few weeks as well. But after that, things might feel a little bit better thanks to the trine between Jupiter and Saturn that will be in play for the next year. How lovely. The cycle that Saturn and Jupiter make through their 20-year pattern is actually truly fascinating and governs so much of what we experience as individuals and collectively. So this is very much needed given all the upheaval and craziness in the world right now, and perhaps personally in your life as well. My amazing Royal Stars Academy student Fiona did a brilliant summation of the energies of this cycle in the video we created together from last year, and it's still relevant. If you want to view that video and understand the Saturn-Jupiter cycle, you can view it from my Astrology Discussions playlist if you'd like to know more. You can also go more in depth with what Jupiter will do for you as he transits a new house in your life in whole sign astrology in your chart over the coming year by simply viewing my Jupiter Through the Houses playlist. And you can do that here at the Guiding Star YouTube channel. So here comes Jupiter in Leo, another great dignity for the most expansive of all planets. Jupiter enters Leo on June the 30th, 2026, and will remain in this sign until July 26, 2027. Also, don't forget, friends, there is a video available at my Patreon family all about the 12-yearly Jupiter return cycle. This is a huge year in a person's life, and it can see things change drastically for the better more often than not. You know, I was blessed to meet my husband David in my Jupiter return year, and I was blessed with an increase in finances that same year through a special opportunity that came my way. So that's just an example of the kind of amazing things that can happen in a Jupiter return year. Make sure you check out that video at my Patreon family. You'll need to pay $5 to become a member to view it. But check that out, especially if you have Jupiter in Leo natally. This means you're having your Jupiter return year this year, and you're going to want to know all about how to read and analyze a Jupiter return chart to get the most out of that energy. Now, as for Jupiter in Leo, it's going to bring his generous, kind, compassionate, and altruistic self to the Leo house of your chart. And then we're going to explore that in just a little mini. But Jupiter in the sign of the King will also give us greater organizing and executive abilities, as well as more opportunities for obtaining positions of trust, responsibility, and leadership in the world. It is a truly exciting transit. I'm looking forward to this so much because it has the potential to uplift society. Because Leo, in my opinion, is the Odysseus energy, the true king, as opposed to the suitors wanting to destroy the kingdom, which are seen from another sign in the horoscope. But Leo is the Odysseus. So to my mind, having Jupiter there is a very powerful year indeed, where we may actually see Odysseus return, and boy, don't we need it on the planet right now. Let's oust those suitors, everybody. This is a year for making our own opportunities, taking exciting but still sensible risks, and growing our own self-confidence. Good fortune, luck and prosperity, which is what Jupiter rules, they come our way when we embrace Leo energy fully. What does that look like? It means being magnanimous, being extra generous, and don't be afraid of quixotic exploits. They will inspire both yourself and others at this time. Now, if you are a creative person, or if you're involved in fields that are Leo-like, like entertainment, performance, coaching, guiding, working with children, or you're a facilitator of events, that have to do with good times or romance, think wedding coordinator or, singles dating host or something like that. Or even if you're just fanatical about your hobbies or your passions, they're the realms where you'll see more good luck and good fortune arrive in your life. With Jupiter in Leo, people in general will hunger to be recognized because it's the house, the sign of celebrity. So we're going to see a lot of people expanding into that at this time. We're going to see a lot of people hungering to be more cherished and more admired because that's Leo energy too. Jupiter is expanding all Leo things. Now be sure to give it out if you would like to receive it back from the world at large at this time. Some people with strong Leo placements actually might step into the celebrity spotlight this year. Something to look forward to potentially if you want that as a Leo person. Belief systems that emphasize love and honor and loyalty also become appealing. And we're going to see opportunities to expand our world through allowing ourselves more self-expression, more self-respect, more generosity, as well as living in greater integrity and honor as well. This is a time when we feel that having a healthy love life or quality leisure time is actually what makes life worth living. And as a Leo sun person myself, I can honestly say this is the truth. That's how I feel. Why work hard if you can't enjoy life as well? Jupiter not only likes to expand, it likes to learn. So during this transit, we might be learning about the arts, learning about how to improve our well-being, learning about romantic relationships, charisma, popularity, and learning about how to improve the dynamic we have with our children. I'd also suggest that we may actually, as a collective, be more inclined to take some much needed action. Leo is a fire sign, active energy, and we may be wanting to take some action around the suffering of children. Compassion is a Jupiter theme, as are children a Jupiter theme. Leo also has connections to children as well, the childlike heart within us. So action around compassion for children. For example, addressing and exposing further the horrific Epstein files and the people involved with that, or exposing the exploitation of child labour in third world countries, or the disadvantages of child poverty all over the world, including in Western cultures. These may be themes that step into the forefront of the spotlight during Jupiter in Leo transit. But getting back to our childlike sense of playfulness may also be on the cards. What did you love to do when you were 10 or 11 years old? Well, you might be being called to rediscover your little boy or little girl energy again this year. People will come into your life now to actually facilitate this if you can't seem to break the tyranny of the urgent yourself. Yay, bring it on. And those of us who've given up on finding love or given up on a dream we may have been pursuing or developing a talent that was very dear to us, we might be reconsidering our options on these issues, because new fields of joy are going to open and unfold before us thanks to Jupiter's expansion. So love may be on the cards, dreams coming true may be on the cards, development of talents and innate skills might be on the cards. So much to look forward to with this very benevolent transit, even with the South Node joining Jupiter here from August the 19th. With that in mind, I'd also say make the most of the full blessing of Jupiter here in these first South Node free few weeks of Jupiter in Leo, my friends. And now let's move to having a look at what the all signs influence might be for Jupiter in Leo for the next year of our lives. Scorpio, you can find out more details about this incredible transit by checking out my Jupiter Transits the Houses playlist. It's free right here on the Guiding Star Astrology channel at YouTube. And don't forget that my Karmic Astrology Masterclass is still available until the end of June. It's available after that as well. Of course, you can sign up at any time, but the benefits, the bonuses are all available until the end of June. So you've only got a little bit of time left to jump in and join me for the Karmic Astrology Masterclass. The link's in the description below. Now, in the 10th house, where Jupiter will be transiting for the upcoming next year, Scorpio, this could see you getting an interest in Jupiterian-style careers, even if you've never been interested in them before. Maybe teaching something, maybe advising about something, maybe being some sort of guru or leader in some way career-wise. Judges natally often have Jupiter in the 10th house because they interpret the law and the morality of people, things that Jupiter's very connected to. So you may have interactions of a positive sense with judges this year. You'll give a very good impression if you do need to come before a judge this year too. But also you'll give an impression to the wider world at large of being a very knowledgeable person. Jupiter is how the world perceives us when he's transiting through the 10th house. So you will come across as somebody who really knows their stuff. I hope you do. I hope it's not just a big mask. Your vocation this year will also be connected to somehow interpreting the will of God. Now, that might mean that you need to change careers to be more aligned with your dharma and your destiny, but that will happen in benevolent ways if it's meant to be, if it's karmic for you to do so. It's also very important this year for you to have a good education because Jupiter rules higher knowledge. So if you need to get a certificate in something or a degree in something, this is a great year to add to your skill sets by doing so. Education will provide greater career leverage for you, so use it this year. As I said, you might be being a teacher or a lecturer for something important this year, but you might also be traveling abroad for some reason for your career this year, like faraway places. You know, you live in New York City, but you've got to travel to San Francisco for some lecture, some conference or something. And you may also, because Jupiter is an inspiring guru planet, you might be inspiring others career-wise this year in some way. You know, Jupiter is a very kind planet. He is the planet of charity. So charity might get involved in your public life this year. It's a perfect year for taking on a charitable leadership role, for example, or including if you've got your own business or your own, you run your own career, including some charity in your career is a great thing to do as well this year, Scorpio. Now, Jupiter is connected to universities, global affairs, benevolence, cultural activities, and religion and spirituality. He's a wealth planet. He has to do with ethics, law, and higher learning. And these are all realms that you might actually seek to pursue a career in throughout the year ahead, or to bring into your current career through some mechanism or another. Now, when it comes to career and career achievements, you must think big picture this year. Aim high, no bottom branches of the tree. You can be CEO if you set your mind to it this year. Aim to have a high-level rise in career because Jupiter can absolutely bring lucky opportunities to do so your way this year. You might find in career that you're connecting with others from all over the world, internationally. Even if you can't travel, that would be the case. You know, you might be connecting on Zoom or through meetings or as clients or something like that. So you should aim this year to function on an international level with your career in some way, shape or form, Scorpio. You're going to be well liked this year. I mean, this is going to be a blessing for so many Scorpio people. You will actually be recognized for your benevolence, your kindness, and that can give you easy access to high positions through your kindness, through your goodness, through your charisma as well. Jupiter is the charismatic self. So, let your charisma show, let your character shine forth. It is a mechanism for moving forward and up the ladder. It's a year when you're going to want more meaning and purpose and inspiration in your career. If you've been, doing menial jobs, this is the year where it's not going to feel satisfying any longer. You're going to want to do something that has some purpose to it, some higher calling to it. And the universe might actually show you too what that higher calling is at some point in the year ahead. You want to do good actions for the whole world, not just, provide remuneration for your own self-advancement. It's much more big picture than that when Jupiter transits the 10th house. You want to be a contributor to the world for good. Embrace that. That's a lovely energy. Jupiter shows also good karma, the good we've done in past lifetimes. So now you stand the opportunity to be rewarded through getting social status and success because of what good karma is owed you. It's a good placement, as I said, for Jupiter up here on the, high in the sky. It's a very visible public placement. So it gives a good public persona this year, a good leadership skills for this year of your life if there are other supporting factors in your natal chart that say you're a good leader. You might even develop a good following this year as well and be very adored by the public. I remember when Jupiter transited my 10th house, that was the year Lada Doncheva approached me and asked me to join Astrolada. And my God, it was just more than I'd ever imagined could happen career-wise. Amazing things can happen when Jupiter transits the house of career. This is the second house from the 9th, so you can gain through foreign travel. There might be resources available to you from international affairs. Rituals and ceremonies are also favored when Jupiter is transiting the 10th house, and you can use these things to support you and support your career at a very personal level, or even develop this into some sort of ritual and ceremonial guidance to help other people with careers if necessary. So you probably, like I said, will have a desire to be in Jupiterian fields or to bring Jupiterian fields into your career this year, but you might want to work in a more learned environment or be surrounded by more articulate, well-educated people in your career sphere or in the public sphere in some way. So you might be hobnobbing and socializing with such people now. If you do get the opportunity to do this, is actually part of your good karma, manifesting good contacts and authority figures who are benevolent and kind and compassionate and Jupiterian, and you get to hobnob with them. This is the house of legacy, so you're going to be able to manifest a legacy or plant some seeds for a legacy, let's say, this year that has meaning, that has purpose. This is about beginning to embrace your dharma this year in your life, my beautiful Scorpio friends. Now, according to Vedic astrology, Jupiter is the first marriage partner in a woman's horoscope, but Saturn is the second, for those who want to know about that. But your first marriage partner, Jupiter transiting here, not here natally, but Jupiter transiting here might bring into your life, if the stars are aligning for you to do so, a first marriage partner who is well respected, who has a high level of achievement, or somebody who can improve your social status. But this is only for a single year of life where that may manifest for you if you have other stars aligning in your chart to bring in love. And if you'd like to know about that, you're more than welcome to get a reading with me to look at that for you. But my friends, do check out the other signs of yours, sun, moon, or rising, and see what Jupiter's going to do in every area of your life.